Nine times out of 10, when I'm using a bottom bait or a wafter, I use a slip D rig with a coated braid. Recently I've been fishing a venue with lots of sort of nuisance species, crayfish, tench, bream, silvers, etc. And I just wanted to swap over to something, make a few little changes that was a little bit more reliable. Something still needs to be as effective as a slip D, so it can't tangle on the cast, needs to reset itself, but be just that little bit more robust to the nuisance species. So what I've done is I've swapped over to a fluorocarbon D rig, but I've kept a few of the attributes, if you like, of the slip D that I've done so well with over the past. One of them main features of that is the size 4 Mugga. Brilliant at colds, as we all know, but one big thing I like about the Mugga is on weedy venues where you might lose contact with the fish, they simply just do not fall out. I don't really change the rig much. I use them on a helicopter setup most of the time, so if it's slightly softer silt, I just move the bead up. So I keep the length the same, it's about 5-6 inches, I don't really vary it that much. There's really complicated ways of creating a D to make the rig effective, but I just do a 20 turn whipping knot up the hooks, really simple, it's not complicated, you don't have to forget how to tie knots and you don't have knots fail on you, so really simple, reliable rig, and I'll show you how to tie it. For my D rig, I use 0.50 Invisi-Link, which is about 30 breaking strain. So I take about 14 inches of this. Cut that off. Next, you're going to need a size 4 Mugga. And start tying normal knotless knot. Leave yourself quite a long tag end. You're going to need that because I formed quite a long D. And to form that long D, I do 20 turns up the shank. Once you've done your 20 turns, I'll go back down twice. And then back through the eye the way you came. Little important tip here is before you tie off the D, you can just twist the knot to make sure the D comes out central. Something I like to do. Get a good pull. Next you're going to form the D, which you'll need a little Flexi hook ring swivel. Just thread down to the tag end. And then pass the tag end back through the eye. A little bit stiff because you've got 3 lots of 30 fluoro going through. I like to pull the D nice and tight, so it's just quite close to the shank of the hook. Pull the long bit of the material back, snip and blob the tag end like normal. Windproof light is really a big edge for this. And that's most of it done. For the other end, I put a silt, my favourite colour, I use it for everything, anti-tangle sleeve, one of the long ones. Thread that down the rig. Next you want to gauge your length, so like I said, 5 to 6 inches for me, and if you're one of them people that likes to measure it, if you go half an inch extra for a figure of 8 loop, it'll take half an inch off when you're done in knot. So if you want a 6-inch rig, do 6.5 inch, etc. I'm not that fussy, so I just guess it. Nice tight figure of 8. Use a baiting needle to help you, because it's quite stiff. Wet it down, pull it tight, pull in both ends. Being careful not to snip the wrong one. Been there a few times. Snip that end. There's no need to tag that end. You can do if you want a little bit of extra security. And then using a couple of baiting needles, you're ready to steam it. So what I like to do is I like to pull it tight, steam it over a kettle, and I like to steam it so it follows the same angle as the eye of the Mugga, and then it sits perfectly. To finish it off, you can put a little bit of critical mass putty on the rig. There's one I tied earlier, Blue Peter style. You can see there just how that sits perfectly. Really quite aggressive, but really good at colds.